What's the deal, fam? Who's your favorite artist from New Jersey? Let me know in the comments section.
Hey, yo, Eeze.
All right, let's talk that new Ransom and Dave East project titled The Final Call, released on February 21st, 2025. I believe it's a homage or paying homage or tribute to their faith. I believe they're Muslim. You can tell by the references in the song titles that are related to the Nation of Islam, many different things. If we listen to the album, even the skits or audio of Malcolm X. So I believe they're paying tribute to their faith. Now, we're talking lyrics. I like the fact that these two individuals came together. We're in the era where we always speak about, yo, hip-hop is too friendly and too much collaborations. I understand that. Sometimes you got to stand on your own, but also that frame of mind, too friendly and too much collaboration, is the reason why we probably never got a Big Daddy Kane and Rakim collaboration. We missed out on that too, right? So it goes both ways. Listening to this album, one thing is very clear. Ransom is a far more superior MC than Dave East. I love Dave East. I love what he does in the sense of the music and how he's found his own little niche, his lane, and he feeds his audience, and he's consistent too. But when you listen to this project, there are moments where Ransom is dropping jewels. You can tell that he's well read or he pays attention to what's going on out here. You may not agree with all the views, but you can tell that he takes a conscious approach in the sense that he wants to deliver a message or life-changing skills to his listener. And then there are moments when Dave East just sounds like he's rhyming. Cat, hat, baseball bat, tic-tac, Cadillac. All that's cool, but substance on a project like this, The Final Call, is needed. And I think that I wouldn't say he dropped the ball, but there were moments where I said to myself, like, hold on, that verse could have been much better. Could have been much better. Because when you get on the court with someone who has an elevated skill set, it should bring yours up as well. Because Dave East can rap. But sometimes I just feel like he took the same approach that he takes with the majority of his projects and brought it here. When I think he should have really honed in on line for line, because he's an intelligent brother. And I think this was the project where he could have truly showcased that. But I could be wrong. Let me know what you think about that. I like to highlight the features too. I know somebody, 22 G's is on here. I never heard of him before, the first time being introduced to him. But what I really want to highlight is Method Man. He sounds glorious, right? Like, he sounds energetic, enthusiastic about rapping. And not just on this feature, even 2024, like, he's been eating. Meth been cooking. So I want to pay homage to the legend, Method Man. Like, thank you for another outstanding feature. Vocal tone is on point. Paying attention to each line. Just seems like just rewriting history with regards to youth and hip hop, right? He's still young. Shout out to Method Man. Shout out to Ransom and Dave East for tapping in and making that phone call and giving us a nice feature. I would be remiss if I didn't mention that Jay Electronica is featured on The Final Call. Solid verse. To be fully transparent, had to listen closely because I didn't even realize that was him at first. A very monotone style on this particular song, but it was solid nonetheless. And Method Man is featured on By Any Means Necessary. But as I stated before, Meth went crazy on that. Shout out to Method Man. All right, in education, once again, I stated in the video, we're taught to give glows and grows. Glows are the positive things, and grows are ways that you can possibly improve. Listening to this project, I stated the production was solid, right? But there's a vast difference in the production selections. What do I mean? I'm willing to bet that I could guess who chose which beats. And that's not always a good thing. Like, beat A could be fire, beat B could be fire, but doesn't mean that they belong on the same project in a sense. And that's just an example. Not to say that there's production that's so far left or right to where it throws a project's flow off. That's not what I'm stating. But I can tell which beats that Dave East selected and which beats that Ransom selected. At least I think I can. And I think that takes away from the project at times. But everything can't be a classic, right? Everything can't be a classic. But that's going to happen from time to time. Also, I'm not sure, but my ears are telling me that there were two separate recording engineers used. Because when Ransom is rapping I don't know if it's his presence or the tonality, but it's very direct. It cuts through the mix. East at times sounds like he's distant in the mix in a sense, and it's like has a lot of highs in a sense, that a lot of treble, and it's kind of sensitive to the air. If you listen intently and you A and B the verses, it sounds like there were two separate engineers used, like somebody emailed their verses in. I could be wrong, but that's what I'm hearing. And this is just a reaction, right? So that's another con or grow area. Artists, when we working together, at least try to use the same engineer or the same mic, or communicate in a way to where it sounds as though the quality matches, if you understand what I'm saying. If I had to select 3 favorite tracks off the album, it would have to be the opening track, Audubon Ballroom. Second, probably By Any Means Necessary, and The Mosque. Those would be my top 3 tracks on this album, The Final Call, Dave East and Ransom. Let me know in the comments section, what are your favorite tracks? Do you agree with my reaction? And what's some things you would change? Or if you think the album is perfect, let me know below. Once again, I appreciate you all. It's your man Eeze at the Eeze Experience. Go get yours. Yeah. Salute to Joey Bada's new song, Pardon Me, produced by Arsonists of the Heatmakers. Fire track. As far as the production goes, you know, I like the energy, soulful, energetic, typical Heatmakers. And I think that it fits Joey's approach perfectly. I like the record. I think the highlight of the song happens to be the chorus or the hook. That's money. Well written, nice flow, direct. You know exactly what he's speaking of. Now let's get down to what everybody else is speaking about. And here's my thing. Why does Joey have to say anybody's name? Why? If you listen to lyrics, you know exactly who he's talking about. And those individuals that he's speaking on know that he's talking about them. So why does he have to say everyone's name on the track? I get it, we all love battle rap, but sometimes the subliminals, the indirect joints, when you got to go back and listen, actually listen to music, and not allow the aim to be, you hear a name, then you run to the comment section and talk about it. No, got to listen, catch the jabs, the nuances, the subtleties. Now, is it a perfect record? No. But I don't feel like he has to say everyone's name who decided to throw a response or a rebuttal at him. Because a lot of people want him to say names per se because they benefit from it. He says your name, now gives you the opportunity to crash out and continuously write response records time and time again. That's what they really want. So it's not so much that he's not saying names that they upset with. It's the fact that people want the continuous loop of non-stop responses and replies, because in hip-hop right now, we seem to be addicted to beef. Another thing after listening to this record, listen, let's kill all these corny narratives about East Coast, West Coast. That's antiquated. That went out the building, or jumped out the building, or was put to rest during the Vibe magazine era. This ain't East Coast, West Coast. Not at all. I get that gets you views and clicks and people love that energy. It's just not the case. It don't even have that energy. It's a couple of rappers throwing jabs at each other. Nothing more, nothing less. Let's kill the whack narratives. But I guess the thing that puzzles me the most is that people acting like Joey not that guy. Like he hasn't paid his dues. Like he hasn't been in the game for well over a decade. Why are we acting like he's some dude that doesn't have any sense of accomplishment or success? He's hip-hop through and through. He may not be responding and saying names like you want him to say. We don't even know his aim or his objective. Maybe he's just putting out records. Once again, I'm from an era where people throw jabs and subs and stuff like that. Everything don't gotta be this world-class rollout of diss records. When I'm speaking about your fam and I'm saying your name, sometimes it's just to let you know I'm here. That's it. It's nothing more, nothing less. I think that we expecting too much. Let him cook. Let him do his thing. I'm just happy he rapping. He energetic about doing it. Some people leave hip-hop, start acting, and never get that energy back. As a fellow New Yorker, I'm excited to see the young man still enthusiastic about hip-hop. And you should be too. So kill the narratives. Just listen to the song. Salute to Joey Badass, the Heatmakers. Quality joint. Let's play on Pardon Me. Let me know in the comment section what you think. It's your man Eeze, the Eeze Experience. Go get your shit.
Hey, yo, Eeze.